alcohol-free, this Ritual Zero Proof whiskey alternative. We're going to do some alcohol-free Manhattan. There's a little bit of alcohol in this vermouth, but not very much. We're going to start with 2 ounces of our whiskey. Get that in there. Then we're going to do 1 ounce of vermouth. This is sweet vermouth, not dry vermouth, like last week. Boom. Then we're going to do 3 good dashes of bitters. 3 just regular Angustura, 3 good dashes in this. Not little sissy ones. Right there. Just about that. Then I'm going to grab some ice. And my chilled glass right here. We're going to go ahead and throw that ice in there. We're going to stir this pretty good with the bar spoon. Quite a few stirs in this. Get it nice and cold. Then you're going to need a jewel strainer, which I have right to the left of me, to strain it into our glass. That should do it. We have our strainer. And for garnish on this, we are going to do lemon splash oil right here. Lemon rind. We're going to squeeze that. Bam, just like that. Garnish. And some Jack Ruby cocktail cherries that are soaked in bourbon. Bam. Alcohol-free Manhattan. Cheers. All right, what up, guys? This is Chaz, episode 3 of Cocktails and Questions. I'm tired as hell. Maybe I ran too much today, but I'm going to try and get through this as fast as I can. I have quite a few names on this list. I think I'm going to go most of them all on the 4-hour, unless I need to scroll, zoom in or zoom out. I'll decide that once I get to said chart. All right, first I'm going to start with, I think, is BA. My levels on BA I'm watching right here are, let me get my hotkey. Right around this level. This is the level we need to break, the 323 level. Oh, god damn it. Right there, 323 is the level I'm looking at off of this bounce we had today. And if we break through that 323 level, that's a little high. Yeah, 323. My upside target after 323 will be right around here, which is 335-ish, right into this congestion. And if we come into this 323 and we reject, obviously first target is going to be this bottom right here at 309. And if we break through that, we're looking down here to, where is it? Right around the 300 mark. So I'd trade off of this channel. If we break 323, I'd go long to 334. If we break 309, I'd go short down to 300. That's the trading channel I trade off in. Between 309 and 323, I'm not really looking to do much. But again, above 323, I'd look to 334. Below 309, I'd look down to 300. What's next? Amazon. Amazon hasn't been doing much. Okay, I already have a ton of lines on here. Oh, these are all from the 15-minute chart. Dang it. Let me see where we're at. Actually, no, these will work. Let me zoom in. So earlier, I think I charted it yesterday. My pivot was 1890. But coming into tomorrow, we closed right at this 1885 level. Let me change the color of that. This 1885 level. So I would actually use that as a little pivot channel. If we gap up a little bit, we're down 15 cents right now, nothing big. So I'm looking at 1885 and 1890. That's my channel. That's the range I'm not trading at. But if we break through 1890, I target 1898 and then 1911. And if we reject this 1885 level, target 1 is going to be 1877 and target 2 is going to be 1863. Let me stretch that out. That's what I'm looking at on Amazon right there. So the pivot channel, 1890 to 1885, upside targets 1898 and 1911. Downside targets 1877, 1863. Next up is Baba. Oh, there's gaps. I don't like Baba. There's gaps everywhere. But I already have these lines drawn. I think they're about right too. Yeah. Baba, the 219 to 222 is kind of a chop range right there. Above 222, I like it to what is that? What is that? About 225. Oh, why is it doing that? About 225, and then upside of that, I like it to 227. And we actually closed under this 219, so I'd use this to open up today as a downside trigger, which is at about 218, and if we lose that tomorrow, the first target will be right in this congestion area, right about here, where this top of this candle is, bottom of this, and these two, which is 216. Below that, we have this bottom candle, 215, and then we have this gap fill down at 212.50. So the top range is 222 to 219. Below 219, I look for a 218 break. To these next three levels, 216, 215, 212.50. And if we break the 222, I look to 224.80 and then 227.40. That's what I'm looking at on Baba. What's next? Uber. I don't even think I've ever charted Uber. Is it? No, it's not at all-time highs. It's in a nice bear or bull flag. I'll give you that. Let me draw this. So my upside trigger on that 37.80 on Uber. Downside trigger will be about 37. And this is a nice bull flag, as you can see. How far do I have to go back to get above that for upside target? All right, upside target, if we break that 37.80, is going to be right here where this gap down. That's 39.31. Above that, we have 40.55, and then the gap fill all the way up to 43.05. And when it comes to downside, obviously where this bottom of this candle is, which is, I'll zoom out so once I get all the levels drawn, 35.57, and then gap fill is 35.13, not much of a difference there. But we can go to the bottom side of this. Actually, top side of this, bottom side of that, that's a better target, 34.47. So let me actually get this zoomed out so we can see. All right, so my pivot, the channel that I'm looking at on Uber, upside trigger, 37.82. Downside trigger, 37-ish, it's 36.96 right here. But around 37 and around 37.80, those are my triggers. And if we break the 37.80, upside targets is 39.31, then 40.55. If we break the 37 trigger, downside targets are 35.57 and 34.47. And these upside targets obviously come from the congestion right here, this gap down congestion, and then up here to right where we gapped up here. That's where those targets come from. What's next? LK. I just did this on Tuesdays. Cocktails and questions. Don't you guys pay attention? Yeah, levels are still there. Luckin, I'm not looking at this. Actually, this 44.97 is 45 level. If we break that, obviously we had a bull flag here. When it broke it, we hit up right to the first target, which is how far is that? So if we break 45, I look to 47.53 right there. If we reject this 45, this actually needs to be up. If we reject 45, then I look to target 42. So I'm going to use actually 45. That's a perfect pivot. I'll turn it white for you guys. This is LK, Luckin Coffee. My pivot is 45 bucks, and then we're going to trade off. If we reject, we target 42, and if we break through, then we target 47.50. That's my thoughts on Luckin. What's next? Qualcomm. Okay, QCOM, we gapped up. We filled the gap perfectly. That's probably going to be a nice pivot for us. Pardon me. What is that? 91.75 is what I look at. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. A baby little cup and handle here that we broke out of. Yeah, I like, so 91.75 is a pivot. If we break through, downside target will be this little gap right here, which is 89.67. And then obviously first upside target from 91.75, if we bounce off of this into tomorrow, will be this congestion right here. That's 93.93. I mean, it'll have to be to a penny, obviously. This is a 4-hour chart. But right there, there's my pivot, 91.75. If we bounce here, then we target up towards 94. If we lose this, we target down in the mid 89s. That's what I'm looking at on Qualcomm. What's next? Square. Square. I haven't seen this in a while. Okay, we're basically at another perfect pivot. This congestion here matches with this congestion here, right there. Almost, literally exactly where we close. Funny how that happens, right? Look at that candle close. Look at this candle close. That is 69.33. I'm gonna make a pivot channel on this. So where does that go to? My channel on Square will be upside trigger 69.33, downside trigger 68.31. And if we break to the upside, first target will be this congestion area right here, which is, so 69.33, that's 69.89. No, we'll go here. 70.42 upside target if we break through 69.33. And if we lose 68.31 downside, first target will be 67.22. That's what I'm looking at on Qualcomm right there. Here's the pivot channel. We break this, I'm looking to target that. We lose this, I'm looking to target that. QCOM square. I swear I just did square. Did I skip one? Oh, yeah, that is square. All right, CRON. See, I told you I'm tired. CRON. Oh, well, this is ugly. I mean, we've been in CRON. I think I ended up closing out because this actually, let me make this one white. On CRON, this is where the congestion is. We're looking at 850, which I was talking about all day in the room. 850, we need to get above and sustain that. If we get above 850, my first target is 880. I was actually tweeting about it, I believe 2 days ago. 880 is my first target if we sustain 850. And if we get up to 880, the next target is 919. But if we lose 814, my first target is 780, and then back down here to around 730, right there. So CRON, I'm not touching between 850 and 814. That's my channel. Above 850, I target 880, then 918. Below 814, I target 780, then 735. That's on CRON. JMIA, we've been in this in the Februaries for a while. Yeah, no, okay, so it's still the same thing. We're in a little bull flag right here. The upside trigger we have on this is 862. It keeps bouncing like we did it the last 2 days. We've gone above it. But 862 is a level that we need to sustain. Obviously, we wicked these two candles. We can't hold it. We need to hold that 862 level to target, obviously, 2 days goes highs above the 9. That's what we're looking at. I think I had a target above that, too. No, I guess I didn't. So the 860 is really the thing that we need to hold if we want to look higher. And that would, if we sustain above this, that would break this bull flag. And the thing we need to watch for downside is if we break and stay below 830. Obviously, we did that today. We had this nice wick, but we held at the 750 level. So under 830, we have room to that 750 level. And if we break that, we have room down to, what is that, 718, and then to 675. That's it on JMIA. I'm not in a position in this anymore, actually. I think I closed out my Februaries. So this one I'm just watching. What's next? IBB. IBB used to be a great pair. I actually used to trade IBB exclusively, like I did with SPX back in the day. And then they had that split, and it's just been absolute trash since then. Yeah, I don't like it at all. But I'll give you, is there a pivot I can make here? Yeah, right around here. Actually, we close right at it, of course. So the pivot on IBB is going to be basically where we close. All of this congestion, these two wicks, and this two topping right here. And that is it, 119.50. That's a pivot. So if we start to separate from that, upside target will be 122.32, and downside target will be 117.67. That's it on it. And if we lose that 117.67, then we have room down on IBB, down to this gap at, what is that, 115.40. So yeah, pivot on IBB 119.50. If we start to separate either direction, to the upside, we can pull to 122, downside 117. And then if we lose that 117, there's pretty good support here, obviously. But if we lose that, we open us up to this gap down here. Actually, that's lower, which it's right around there. It's actually the low 115s. All right, next up, SPX. Oh, I can't do SPX on a 4-hour chart because I've ruined it with the, I'm gonna have to do SPX on 15-minute because there's way too many. Look at that. Let me pull this to a 15-minute. All right, here's the 15-minute. I don't need that. This is actually what I was looking at today. And as we're talking about at close, we had a nice bull flag here at close, and we closed right at this 33.25 level. Into tomorrow, 32.25 is going to be a nice pivot for us. We have it here. We have it here. I mean, we reject it here. We support it here. It's going to be a nice pivot for us. And the levels above and below. So above 33.25, the levels on SPX 15-minute, where I day trade, is 33.30, 33.32, 33.35, and then up at 33.37. Below this, we have 33.20, 33.17, 33.13, and 33.09. That's SPX. All right, Walmart. A bunch of people asked for Walmart. Oh, it's on the 15. 1 second. Ooh, this kind of looks weak, I guess. Yeah, let me draw this line. Where's it at? 115.83. All right, this, why does it keep jumping? Around the mid 114s, 114.50, that is definitely, we need to hold that. We're $1 over that right now. We need to hold that. If we lose that 114.50, we open us up to this gap down here at 112.68. This isn't like to the penny, guys. This is just, I'm guessing, putting my cursor there. But around there, 112.63. And if we lose that, we have room to 110.84, because this does look pretty topped right here. But upside, if you guys are looking for upside, we need to get clear of 116.48. So the pivot channel, 114.50 downside trigger, 116.50 upside trigger, and first target to the upside will be right here at 118.68, and then second target up here at 121.45. So here's our channel. 116.50's upside trigger, targets are 118.70, 121.45. Downside trigger is 114.57, targets 112.63 and 110.84. All right, Home Depot, Home Depot. Oh, this is a nice bull flag as well on a 4-hour. Oh, I think I talked about this in the room. The trigger, we're in a bull flag, obviously, as you can see right here. Trigger upside is 235. Trigger downside is 232.13. That's the pivot channel there. And then targets, if we break the 235, that'll be a bull flag break. We target this, it's probably all-time high, isn't it? No, it ain't. Oh, it is, yeah. Then we target that all-time high in the 239s. But if we lose this 232, there's actually a lot of room to the downside. All the way down to 225, it looks like. I mean, there'll be slight support at 229. Yeah, so I'll draw it that way. So the pivot channel 235 and 232. Upside target if we break 235 is 239. If we lose 232, we look down to 229 and then 225.50. TSCO. What is TSCO? Tractor Supply Co. The one in my town went out of business, for what it's worth. And they replaced it with, oh no, it didn't. The Dixie line went out of business. They replaced it with Tractor Supply Co. Never mind. All right, this has a little bull flag as well, but it's kind of on a gap. But it's a pretty easy read here for this channel. Top side 93.81. Bottom side will be right in this area, right about there. Let me draw that line for you. Right about there. All right, so the pivot channel on Tractor Supply, 93.81 is our trigger for upside. 92.55 is our trigger for downside. Downside target, if we lose 92.55, first target will be 91.12, and then down here at 90.20. Those are the two downside targets if we lose 92.55. Upside targets, if we break through 93.81, they're going to be obviously where this wick is. It had trouble here because of this congestion. That's at 95-ish. It's 94 or something, but it's about 95. Yeah, we'll put it right at 95. And then second target upside will be up here in the high 96s, 96.73, right in this gap right there. All right, so the triggers on Tractor Supply, upside trigger 93.81, downside trigger 92.55. If we get through the 93.81, targets are 95 and 96.75. If we lose 92.55, targets are 91.12 and then 90.23. And then if we lose 90.23, essentially down here at this level, which is the mid 88s. What's next? Target. They have earnings? Yeah, they did have earnings. Of course they did. I wouldn't touch this thing with this massive gap and this massive gap. I wouldn't touch until we break. I'm going to extend these. I know it's going to be a broad range, but I'm just giving you my opinion. I wouldn't touch this until we break out of the 117.84 or 113.86 range. Until we get out of this little channel, we have some nice support at 113.86, as you can see from here and here. and that's why we're bouncing off of this. So we probably visit 117.84 tomorrow. I wouldn't doubt it. And if we get through that 117.84, our upside target is gonna be right here. Both of these wicks perfectly touch, and where it's supported here, and that's 122.60. So if we get through 117.84, which likely we will, because look at these two supports, we're bouncing off it here. If we get through 117.84, I'll look to this gap, or the total gap fill is at 125, but first target would be 122.60. All right, triple D. Diners, drive-ins, and dines. I'm wore out. This is the last one, thank God. All right, DDD. I haven't seen this stock. Oh, I put in DuPont, no wonder. I was saying, no way, it's a $60 stock. Yeah, it's $11. That's better. That's what I thought. All right, triple D. I wouldn't get long until we get through this congestion after we had these gaps up, which is at 12 bucks. $12 would be my upside trigger. Downside trigger is 11.21. Upside would probably be all-time highs. I don't know how far I have to scroll back. Okay, right here, perfect. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of resistance to that 12. You can see from here. But first target, if we get through that 12, will be right there. I don't know if you guys can see it if it's too small. Right there, which is 13.26. And through that is 14.28. And if we lose this 11.21, obviously the first target will be this gap fill, which is about 10 bucks. 10 bucks. So my channel on DDD is 12 to 11.21. I won't touch it in here. If we get through 12, target 1 is 13.26. If we lose 11.21, then we have this gap fill, but the first support will be at 10.67. Where we got 10.67 will be the first support there, and then after that, it's the gap fill down at 9.99 or 10 bucks, wherever it is. It's not to the penny. All right, I'm out, guys. Happy cocktails and questions there.